What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jakim. I'm gonna start by today to say, give you one scripture. This is the book of James, chapter 1 and 26. For the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. Right? Because I'm doing shadow boxing training to help me get into the amateurs, the USA boxing tournament, and hopefully I'll go to every USA tournament that they have, and just so I can be in Golden Gloves Nationals and wherever they have in store, man. I'm gonna make sure I go to all those events. But first, it starts with my shadow boxing. Hopefully, guys, y'all enjoy the journey that I'm finna instill upon this platform, whether it be TikTok, YouTube, whatever, Instagram, whatever. All right, so I'm gonna read that again. This is James chapter 1, verse 26. For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead. So I can want to be a good boxer. I could be wanna be undefeated all I want to, but if I don't put in the work, if I don't ask God, if I ask God, okay, I want to be this, right? I want to be a professional, right? I gotta be able, and he give that to me. I gotta be able to put in the work, because faith without works is dead. Because you can have the vision, okay, you have the vision. Now you just gotta put in the work, okay, to make that vision come true. A lot of times people just believe in fantasy, fairy tale, but the reality is you gotta put in work with everything that you believe in, right? So that's what I want to say. Today's shadow boxing, we're gonna be doing head movement. We're gonna be developing footwork, okay? While shadow boxing, we're gonna use a little bit of feints here and there, okay? So without further ado, let's get started. Feints after. After footwork. Straights. Gonna feint out a little bit. We're gonna use blocks too, so let's add a few blocks. Right? So our blocks, right? It's not gonna be like this, because when you do it like this, you can't see. Make sure your blocks is protecting your chin always, like a phone, like you're holding a phone, right? So let's say, for instance, somebody's coming with a hook. You either use your head movement or your block, right? So like you're speaking on the phone, make sure you block, right? Block, or block, right? Or maybe they try to attack the body, telephone again, but make sure it's a little bit lower. So they come in for a body shot, telephone, block. See what I'm saying? Telephone, block, block, block. Get it? All right. Right? Footwork. Right? After footwork, hands out. Right? Block, block. We'll use a jab too. Jab. Jab. Head movement. Head movement. Head. Active footwork. active footwork, active footwork, hands out, jab, feints, feint, feint, jab, right, feints, feints, jab cross, right, head movement, footwork, head movement, footwork again, footwork, footwork, active head movement, footwork with head movement, footwork with head movement, right, jab, feints, feint, jab, footwork again, active footwork, footwork, right, active, it's going with the bases, right, head movement, head, defense, blocks, block, 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 block with head movement, block, 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 pivots, head movement, pivot again, head movement, right, active footwork, pivot, it's not about punching fast, it's about accurate punches at the right time, right moments, right? Because a lot of people, a lot of men and women that come up in boxing, they think it's just about power. They think it's just about speed. Because once you come, if you was to be in a real street fight, and I know this is just a shadow boxing lesson, but here's a lesson in life. If you're gonna be in a street fight, don't just come at somebody. Because reality is, you're either gonna be with a bloody nose or you're gonna get knocked out. So we want to make sure you examining the whole. That's where IQ come in, battle IQ come in, right? Which is boxing IQ, whatever IQ. But IQ in anything is very important, right? Whether it's Muay Thai IQ, whatever. Your IQ was very important because the IQ is going to save you from certain dangers in life, okay? So if it's a street fight, right? And let's just say, for instance, I'm going against a taller opponent or like a shorter opponent. I'm not going to underestimate that shorter opponent. Neither am I going to underestimate that taller opponent, because every opponent comes with his strengths and weaknesses, right? If I'm going against a neutral opponent, right, let's just say he's not short or tall, but let's say we're the same height. Okay, I'm not just going to come up and box and think I got the strength, think I got the speed. No. You know what I mean? I have awareness to think about these things, so wherever punch he lands, I'm going to counter that. You see what I'm saying? I got the head movement. I'm not just going straight for the punch. That's how people get knocked out. Just going right in. No. Wait for the opening. Then go. Okay? Use your feints. Trick them into believing that you're going to make the first move. When the reality is you're just calculating your opponent. You're just calculating the situation and the momentum, and you're tricking them to make it seem like, oh, well, you're going to throw the first punch. That's what the feints are for. Okay? Right? I'm feigning. Right? Feigning. Right? think I'm finna throw that punch, but reality is I can always come with a where I can just feint with the jab and the cross, right? I can feint both of these, right? Feint, right? And then I can come with an overhook and then, mix it up a little bit. But I'm going to use my footwork, I'm going to use my pivots, I'm going to use my head movement to evade the shots, okay? All right, jab, jab, jab. Going to use pivots. Going to use a little bit of head movement. Head, okay? Footwork, footwork. Going back, right? Footwork and head movement is very important, and feints are very important because it's called boxing IQ. It's not about speed. It's not about power. It's about how you use that speed, and it's about how you use that power. It's about how you use your legs. It's about how you use your head, right? Right? Using it at the right moment, using the head to evade punches, right? Using it, right? Peekaboo style, Mike Tyson, right? Weaves, you know what I mean? Weaves, weave, right? Right? Feints, feints, right? Feints, okay? Footwork, 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 okay? And then speed. But it's all about using the speed at the right moments, But it gotta be controlled speed. You can't just, no. It gotta be controlled, accurate speed at the right moments and at the right time. Why do you think Gervonta Davis get all those knockouts? Why do you think that? And why do you think Terrence Crawford is so good at accurate punches with counter punches? Because they're calculating. They're using that accuracy. They say they're trying to use that accuracy to their advantage. Because they know one miss, they know that one miss move, one uppercut, one jab can end it. That's why they use feints to fake their opponent out. So when the right moment comes, they already got him. They already got him where they want him. Okay. So it's not about speed and it's not about power. It's about how you use that speed and it's about how you use that power. Like I said, right? Right? Accurate speed. And you don't got to be the fastest puncher, but as long as you're using the speed at the right moments and at the right time, that's all that matters. Timing beats speed. I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna just say it again. Timing beats speed. Where everybody else want to use their speed, guess what you have to your advantage? You got head movement to your advantage. You got feints to your advantage. Those feints is the counter punch, and it's for good timing, whether it be a knockout or, or for speed. Okay, was punching hard for speed, but and you got footwork. That goes to good boxing IQ. Okay, that's something that nobody can take away from you because you just, you're feinting, getting them to jab. Right? You're using your blocks. You know what I mean? You're using all those type of things so that you have the advantage over that certain opponent that maybe have speed, maybe have footwork, but you have the best of both worlds. You have a fast punching ability, you have a hard hitting ability, but you also have accuracy, which is an overall boxing attribute. Okay? Right, so you're going to feint the jab, then you're going to feint, right, then you're going to weave. You're going to jab, you're going to weave. You're going to weave, okay? So, and then you got to have good footwork too. So, good footwork is very important, It's very important for balance, good stability. So, you want to have it, and then, sorry, sorry, this is my mother right here. You want to follow along?
For a minute.
For a minute, all right. So, basically those blocks, the block is for you to keep your face safe. I don't agree with having your hands like this because you can't see. Have your hands to where it's protecting your chin, okay? So you're gonna block. So whether it's to the body, you're gonna block. That way the elbow, your forearm, is controlling your body area. So block, right? Or if it's near the chin, block. Or if it's to the chin and the body, block, block, block. So then you got the best. Right, but your footwork and your head movement is the best thing. If you can't use your blocks, if you're not going to use your blocks, use your head and use your footwork. That's the best art of defense. So, I'm gonna use feints, right? Feints, then jab. But you're gonna feint. But you're gonna feint the jab. You're gonna do this. That way you'll trick your opponent to make it seem like you're, faking the jab to make it seem like you're going to actually jab, but the reality is you're just calculating your opponent because your opponent going to think that you're going to use a real jab when it's really for a counter. So feint. And you don't got to use your hands to just feint. You just use your whole body to just, right? 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 Then come up with a real jab. But it gotta be control. It can't just be, no, it can't be like that. It gotta be like control aggression, right? So, feint. And then practice on your feints, practice on your jabs. Because that's very, very statistical. So hopefully y'all get something out of this. Hopefully y'all enjoy this. But that's all we're going to learn for today. Hopefully get back to it tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is Jakim, aka JK. You know what I mean? I enjoy these videos, and hopefully y'all tune into my journey, my boxing journey. Next time I say peace.